All right, welcome back, everyone, here to map number 2. It is Mirage, as Mousesports come off of their first map pick, Overpass, with that 16-10 victory. Just utter domination into those rifle rounds, but it was Publiclir still able to put up a lot of rounds, just taking the first 3, the pistol, the anti-ecos of both halves. So that was already 6. They get themselves 3 to 4 rifles, maybe an eco or a force buy in there, but still a decent showing from them. We will see, however, how they fare on Mirage as they are going fast speed through the hallways with the bomb. It is going to be next. The first one there to greet them with the 5-7. He'll take down 2. Headshot onto the 3rd. And that could be basically just the round as Dominate and Oz, though. Oz getting 2 as they try to move in, so getting it back to a 2-on-3, but there's Gob just clicking on the head right there of Oz. That'll take him down. Gets dinked, but will stay alive. Glock is not the strongest weapon, and Dennis will finish off Dominate right there.
Yeah, well played, man. Dominate left again in that 1-on-3 situation. Is unable to do it on the pistol. And Publiclir will have to think about what they want to do in this half. Again, they only got so many rounds because they were able to win both pistols in the last map.
All right, as maybe do we just explain Launders' situation right now? Fire alarm going off in his building, but he is still sticking around. Still sticking around to cast CS, risking his life for the CS community. That's Launders. As or maybe he's just in a truck and it's constantly backing up. I don't know. But here on this eco round for Publiclir, they've already lost 4 as they try to run down mid. Bomb going to be dropped on the catwalk. Well, one player did get into B, but unfortunately, that bomb is being closely watched here by the counter-terrorists. Zita is spotted, so they're going to know where he is. He's going to try to do as much damage as possible. He knows that there's rifles up, so the kills will mean a lot here if you can get them. But it's going to be tough. They got a beautiful crossfire. They hear him make some noise, and they'll peek out. Dennis will take him down just like that. Mousesports up to a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, and again, this is Publiclir's pick, correct? So they'll
yes,
they'll need to come away with a solid T-half, whether that means 6 rounds or 7, I think.
Oh, I'm sure they won't stop trying to win these rounds whatsoever. But this one is going to be tough. Although we did see Mousesports with a pretty crazy full-on eco round to win on Overpass on that T side. So maybe Publiclir can try to replicate that. As they've actually already stormed out onto the A site completely. So Mousesports was really set up for that mid control and feeling confident in their retake abilities towards A. As Oz is going to push through that smoke while reloading. There was a player back there. That's Dennis, very, very low, and he will survive on 3 HP as his team comes in for those cleanups. So 3-0 now for Mousesports.
Solid half so far. 3 rounds. They kept all their guns here. But Publiclir did manage to get a plant. And that's going to allow them to buy up whatever they want. And we'll see how they attempt to play their first T round here on Mirage.
Well, Quicks, I believe, or Lincoln 11 for those who are unfamiliar with his true name. I think this is the first time we're actually going to see him pick up an op. Did he even do it on Overpass?
Lincoln did op, yeah. He opted
on CT side?
And T side, yeah. Just 1 or 2 rounds.
Yeah, so not too many, but he'll deem it important enough here on the T side of Publiclir to bring it out early on their first rifle round. And again, the bomb plant, like you said, making that possible. But there are 2 kills coming up. Aw brings down Chris J. Dennis will bring down Zita. So each of those aim battles won. Brings it into a 4-on-4. Dennis, though, pretty low, down to 39. And he is that A player playing CT spawn.
Well, Speedy actually going to walk right by someone who's in the CPL, and that's Lincoln. He does go down, shot in the back. An op dropped, man advantage to Mousesports. Huge frag right now. Actually spots 1 connector. 2 does find him as well. And the bomb there as well is noticed. Now, 2 players rotating over towards A next. And Gob are in great positions to hold off. I mean, even stop a retake from happening to happen.
They'll drop that smoke, and inside of it, we'll be able to get the bomb down, planted for a ramp, but not able to get to that post-plant position, kept to the site. One player tried to make a break for it on Publiclir and was gunned down almost immediately. The trade was made, but when it comes down to the 1v1, Gob will take it, get that defuse, and the first rifle round going over to Mousesports. Although, a costly one, so we're going to go into their piggy banks here as they buy up in round 5.
So, somehow have 10k apiece though.
Yeah, still
I mean,
though
it did cost a lot, but I was just like looking at their buddy. I'm like, wait, how do they even have that much money left though?
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
2 people died in the first round, 1 in the second, none in the third. So they didn't have too many casualties, right? Only 3 deaths in 3 rounds up until that 4th one where they lost 4 players.
I'm gonna be looking for this trade up the top mid. Zidda just waiting for him. Will he get the drop on him? Yeah, he does. That's a good start for Mouse, who looked like they want to do a full A here. Killed 1 player at mid. Next is even out, and he's going to push through a smoke. No, he will refrain from that. Dominate going to jump through the smoke, though.
Oh, nice play from Nex. Sends all on a cartwheel, and he'll drop the bomb. Chris J steps up through jungle, hits his op shot. So now you're into a 2-on-2 here. That smoke dissipating. That'll allow Speedy to see Oz and take him down. Support coming. Both players in CT spawn. Speedy maybe going to back off with that 1 HP or put himself into the line of fire and get an opening for Chris J to just land that op shot. But it's Zidda who's gone into the A site. Bomb being watched from very far away. That's Chris J spotting it, but not wide enough. Zidda, though, knows he's in a 1-on-2, so he goes to look to try to find that first kill, but will be denied as Chris J will shoot him down.
Actually jump spotting with the op there. That was such a close trade. Spitty almost went down 1 HP. I mean, how do you plan for that?
I don't know. It looks like he had rotated over to B as well, right? Speedy. So maybe it could have been bad. I don't know if there was going to be enough time for him to grab the bomb and get over to B. Definitely not before both CTs would have maybe realized and just got over there themselves. But here you go with the Eco Tech 9 armor coming out of the apartments here, trying to bring down Nex. He'll get 2 before finally falling. Chris J and Speedy are right here, though, coming up catwalk and in the market. Zidda, though, going to plant the bomb. No, will be denied that. He got the whole code in, but was not able to press enter.
Yeah, and Publiclir have to be careful because if they don't get started soon, they're going to be looking at a really rough half. I mean, it's a team, I feel like, Mouse, that we saw even in the last map win way more crucial rounds and way more rifle rounds in general, so overall must be a stronger team. And Publiclir don't have a pistol in this half, so if they don't get started on a rifle or winning these very close rounds, they might have little to no chance.
Yep, and that op for Chris J has been a problem in these last couple rounds. But there it is. Dominate will find the entry onto him and also bring down Speedy next. Tries to bring it back as he will kill Dominate. But now coming up out of A ramp there. We'll take down the A site player, leaving just Nex and Gob having to rotate over. And this nade actually from Zidda might just do him in. Oh, actually hits Nex. It was close to both of those guys. So 43 for Nex, 33 for Gob. And 3 players alive for Publiclir. They're swinging it back around to B. You still just have over an A with that smoke down, just being a nuisance. And if he can get a kill here, he definitely just secures the round. Not quite, though. I guess that must have just been a an arm or a chest shot there onto Nex. Only about 30 damage coming in.
Yeah, should be a pretty easy after plant here for Publiclir. If they manage to lose this, I'm gonna run out of faith for sure. They've got more life. They've got the clock already running down, and they can just hold angles here with Mouse having very little HP.
Zidda will bring down next. Bomb planet time running out, and well, Oz will bring him down. So bomb won't even have to explode here. Both Terrace players will survive into that next round. So. There you go, 2 AKs, able to drop up some of those poorer players, and not quite, though, not one round being enough to put them onto a save on the side of Mousesports. We'll see the op for Chris J come back out, although a little bit poorer, right? You see some nades being forgotten. No head armor there on Gob, not that it'll matter much against 5 AKs, but still, shows that they are getting a little bit more stripped of their wealth. And that opening pick already coming from the A ramp. All right. So 4 on 3. Next to Dominate also getting up there on the board. Speedy, though, quickly dropping out of that smoke on the stairs. That'll allow him to take down 2 people just like that. And from a round that surely Publiclir was feeling very, very good about, it is just ripped away from them as Nex and Speedy get in there. 3K and 2K apiece. So quite a round there from him. Big individual effort from Speedy to bring it back. Although they do lose 3 players on that round, and the money is starting to get a bit tighter for Mousesports. So see what they can do here in round 9 as they go up against just some Tech 9s, some P250s, and the 1 Deagle here from Oz. So I would just label him as the player to watch because you always want to see the 1 Deags.
Yeah, after we saw them win the pistol and a string of rifle rounds, Publiclir winning a round and then losing it is just pretty bad. They've got to save now, and even though Oz has 5,300, he could have actually afforded to armor buy, even half armor bot with a Deagle and manage to still have so much money. That could be useful if they wanted to off in future rounds, but we'll see. Cobb taking some early damage right now. Is Chris J only on a 5-7?
He is. The money has been getting tight, and he's been buying up those ops almost every single time, so...
Expensive habits.
Indeed they are. Trying to get up that connector, though. Publiclir, they have done some damage, and Will. Dennis found a 3K, but finally will go down on the round. Chris J with the monkey business. Going to find those last 2, and the accuracy on that gun is just insane. As looks like it'll be just me for a little while, guys. So if the beeping was driving you insane, I don't know if Launders was ordered out of the building or what, but hopefully he'll be back. As we do have another series coming up after this, and that is going to be Hellraisers versus Gamers 2, I believe it was. Let me just double check that. Yes, Hellraisers versus Gamers 2, 5 p.m. Eastern. 2300 CEST, but look at this. Moving out to mid. Will find 1 kill, but there was a player there aggressive. That was Next. Turns around, brings down Dominate as well as he tries to push out the underpass and get another trade. Quicks, though, right behind him and takes out the window player, so 2 kills for him. Man advantage now to Publiclir as they look for their second round. Speedy going to try to herd around Zeta with that nade. Doesn't really work out, but he hits his shot anyways. And now Oz pinned into those stairs with just 10 HP. Dennis gets him. That'll leave Lincoln all by himself, already with a 2K. So if he wants to win this, it'll be a 1v2 clutch, bringing on 4 kills in the round. He does have the bomb, and he is moving towards A. Dennis backing off into CT spawn. But, does have to pay attention. You can't really control much of the map with just 2 players. Doesn't matter. Dennis moves out, finds him in time, hits his shots. 2K for him as well. And while that was a close one for Publiclir, they still can't quite get that next round. So now it is 9-1. Going into round 11, and it'll be all pistols once more for Publiclir. Will they buy any smokes? Maybe try to get an A take going on. Will they just rush B with pistols once more? Maybe go out underpass. Looks like some sort of a split up here. Dominate Lincoln going towards the B halls. Oz following them. So Zita and Awe gonna try to go ahead and... maybe it's just an A split, because Dominate and Lincoln will come out of the underpass. The Palace player has already been shut down here by Gob. And now Chris J out of the window. Dennis as well right behind him. That'll drop the bomb into underpass, leaving all alone, and really nothing he can do here. Gob finds his second on the round. Next is busting out. Next is busting out the AUG. Generally, that's Speedy territory. And all AKs for Publiclir, though. Round 12. I mean, if they want a chance, they're gonna have to start winning now. They'll need to get the last 4 rounds here, make it a 10-5 half. I know Launders, while he was still here, was saying maybe 6 or 7 rounds for Publiclir, and they can take it. 1 is not close to that number. I know people probably don't need to be told that, but look at that. Publiclir doing what they need to do, finding the kills there on Dennis and Gob. So A-Site is belonging to the terrorists, and it looks like they might just be able to do it here, but if we look at the money, actually, they will be scrounging a little bit on the side of Mousesports if they drop this round. Unless, of course, Nex and Chris J are able to save. So realistically, while they do have momentum behind them, the better call, I think, for Mousesports is to just save so you don't give up more than one round. But as I say that, they're like, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. We've easily got this clutch. Although Lincoln maybe thinks otherwise. He'll gun down Nex as he was being rather noisy there on the catwalk. So 1v1 Lincoln, Chris J. Chris J with 3 kills already, but only 39 HP. Where did that even come from? I don't even know how he threw that smoke. Looked like a teammate threw it. But apparently it was just him, because again, 1v1. Chris J. I mean, doesn't really have to do anything until he hears that bomb being keyed in. Lincoln's making enough noise, or Quick's making enough noise that it's obvious what's going down here. And does go for, I don't know if that was supposed to be the fake or if he just saw him, so he was trying to pull out a gun. But Chris J with the patience there, and maybe Quick's being just a little bit too noisy. If it was full on quiet, Chris J maybe would have second guessed and went to another site or peeked out earlier for information. But really well played there. I think that's the 4K coming in for Chris J in that last round. And now it's 11-1. Publiclir trailing by 10. Not where they want to be. And really around that, they should not have lost. Speedy. Oh, shot down from underneath. This could be a big nade that will hurt. Or not. Somehow doing 6 damage. It doesn't even make sense. And Chris going to try to set up maybe a bit of a one-way here, but that will just put one location for Zita to check. And that backfires pretty heavily. But the Scar 20 from Nex starting to get some kills. There is another player. Oh, 5-7 as well. No scoping. Trying to no scope with the Scar 20. I think maybe at that distance you're better off with the 5-7, but as Zita will try to push him, get him out of that ladder room. Nex pulls back out the Scar 20, and it's easy pickings as it's now 12-1. Publiclir have lost at this point. They started off giving up 6 in a row. They got that one-off victory to give up then another 6 in a row. So the going has been tough here on this map, number 2. Let's see where they want to take this Scar 20 next. Will take it as the lone man in B. So Zita, yep, down. Lincoln will give him a peek as well. Trying to find the trade, but I mean, rifles against the auto sniper, it's really difficult unless you just peek out and hit that one tap. Chris J over there in connector will shut down Oz as he was trying to push through. The rest of the players dying in the back of mid. That was Speedy pushing up aggressive on Cat to bring him down. And everything falls apart there. 13-1, last round of the half. The money wasn't incredible, so you will see terrorists without head armor, and that's a problem because now those silenced Colts with their laser beam accuracy become just as powerful as those AKs. They will take you out one hit to the head, and Publiclir already having enough difficulty as it is. They'll rush out mid, try to get that control real quick. Lincoln, meanwhile, or Quicks, lurking around in the palace. Always going to find the opening pick there onto Dennis. Lincoln gets one as it comes out of the palace. But Nex and Speedy both pushing Cat aggressive. Trades are going in the favor of Publiclir. They got a 3-on-2 advantage. They'll take out the window player, leaving Nex now alone with his AUG up on the catwalk in towards that ladder room. Lincoln's working around on the flank, going back towards B as Oz moves up the connector and into A. So Nex pinned down behind the smoke that has gone out. Lincoln trying to catch him on a rotate back through catwalk, coming through the market. Doesn't happen. So he'll trickle back into the window room as finally Oz going to get the bomb down. And as for a post-plant position, he will move off towards A ramp. Lincoln about to get stabbed in the back, though. He actually just jumps out a window, now spots Nex, and will find him from the ground. So Nex to fall in Publiclir. Well, maybe if they get the pistol, that's enough, but 13-2 is no scoreline that you ever want to see. Yes, people do make the comebacks, but I think it'll be a very small chance here for Publiclir. Maybe if it was 12-3. 12-3 is a different ball game, but now if Mousesports get that pistol, every single round for Publiclir is going to be play to win. Because if they get another, then it's play to tie. Situations can be tough. And thankfully, they'll ready up very quickly there at halftime. As hopefully when we get into that second series, Launders will not have been burnt to a crisp. I'm sure it's a drill or someone failed at making popcorn, but and actually I can still see that his place of residence is intact, so it's looks like we're good. (13-2) into the pistol round. So it's been, let's see, Mousesports got this one. So both pistol rounds on Overpass went to Publiclir, so it was 2-1. Mousesports, though, looking to even it up 2-2 on the pistol rounds for the day as they just explode down the middle. And next, trying to use the bunny hops, trying to get above that 250 move speed. And that works out perfectly until Zidda greets him in CT spawn. Takes him down 3-on-2 in favor of Mousesports, though. They went all armor as well. I think all armor is a little bit better as CTs going against the Glocks, but also CTs do kind of need some grenades and even a kit to help defend. Either way, we've got this now into a 1v1. Nice shot in the all chat coming out from Nex. Bomb has been planted, and Gob is just going to try to play that clock. Keep running away. Go to the little nook, and we've seen this before here on Mirage. He is pinned, but if he can just stay alive and buy some time, Oswald got him down, but he knows that he doesn't have a kit. And that was too much time eaten off that 35-second timer. So it'll be Mousesports all deceased, but getting that first pistol round here at the second half, putting it 14-2. Only 2 rounds away from getting out of this series. I would say, well, it got off to a rough start. It was a 6-1 lead on Overpass, Publiclir starting on CT, but since that point, it's been pretty smooth sailing for Mousesports. They made that comeback, kept the lead, got out of Overpass with that win. And Mirage has just been utter domination by them. And of course, Publiclir, like I said, losing the pistol round, they're going to be in a situation where they have to play to win, which means buying up with all their money every round. And it might just be working out here. Oz going to open things up with 257 kills. Next, bringing it back with the spray down of the 2, but this puts Dennis. Oh my gosh. And there you go. That aggression, all 5-7s down. The scouts will prevail, and Oz was actually able to pick up an AK. Still, even with the win, you're pretty poor. We'll see what comes out. MP7, FAMAS. And what is Dominate going to go? Maybe just a 5-7. Oh, no, he'll be dropped the AK. They'll trade the MP7 there. Up against Tech 9 and Armor, so, you know, Quicks with the MP7. Still going to have a pretty good shot on this round. Maybe even a little bit better. I worry for the scout user, which is Zidda, as they'll push down mid really, really fast here. You're already into the connector if you're Mousesports. Dennis and Gob trying to hold on, but 3 CTs just swarming in on them, and Chris J moving up the catwalk will open up B, but the bomb was left behind. Speedy's onto the A site, and you've got a 2-on-2 situation right now. This would be a shame to lose this round if you're Publiclir. Quicks will bring down the catwalk player. Now it's just up to Speedy. He's got plenty of time on the clock, plenty of time to try to work some picks, but can't do it. Will jump out and be caught in the crosshair of Dominate. So 14-4, Publiclir starting to make a bit of a comeback. This will put Mousesports onto a full eco round in round 19, as the second half starts off a little topsy-turvy. Let's see. Setup here from Publiclir. Lincoln and Dominate will be those A players. Zidda pushing up aggressive Cat. He might have a bit of work to do. Lincoln needs some help there. Also, Awe peeking out the window room, going to bring down another player. And nice positions there from the CTs, from Publiclir to try to just lock this down. They will actually lose 2. Next, getting a headshot in their last second before going down. They lose Awe and Quicks. But they will be able to rebuy more or less in full. 1 player, 2 players actually without a kit here. And this is where it's coming. Mousesports looking for the first rifle round of the second half, coming in round 20. To get the victory here, it'll just take 1 more. Also will completely shatter that Publiclir economy and probably make for a very easy round 16 victory, or rather round 21 victory, looking for the 16th against a ecoing or force playing CT lineup. But that is if they can take this one already. Oh, Chris J takes some damage there. But Chris J and Dennis opening up the round. Looks like Mousesports were pretty aware of how Publiclir was playing that middle setup, so they look in the right directions, hit their shots immediately, just leaving now Dominate and Oz alive. 5-on-2. Gob going to bring down Dominate in the connector, and now here it is. Mousesports going to get to their 15th round. Oz needs to save if they're even going to have a chance in this next round, because their economy is busted. And Launders, it looks like you are back and alive.
I survived the fire.
Was there a fire and someone just failed at making popcorn?
I have no idea, but it was really, really annoying.
Yes. Yes, it was. But it stopped, and, well, maybe just in time for the next series, because it looks like we're almost out of this one. Though Oz is doing a ton of work to give him at least 2 1v1s, and he gunned down 2 players, but now not able to save the gun. That's the bigger deal here.
Wow.
A mixture of really poor players and some at 5K on Publiclir, so a couple rifles and the rest with pistols.
The next ace like 3 times while I was gone, so we're already up to 30 kills.
He's got some pretty wild shots.
I'm going to follow him around for a bit.
That bit might just be 1 round.
More likely than not, it seems. Is right now, 1 from Lincoln. Lincoln already goes down. And Oz does try to even out here, but so much damage is done. Actually, to both teams right now. Dennis also finding a pick. Next, going to work his way out of the apps, and 2 players from middle are going to rotate back into connector and are in basically retake positions at this point. Oz H is in the best spot to look for a frag, but X with the cover.
The Guardian Angel is speedy. As he takes down that player, as he peeks immediately. And there it is, 16-5. They had a little bit of a run for it. Publiclir getting 3 in a row there when they go for the 5-7 armor scout buy in the second round after giving up the pistol. And the pistols for the day will split 2-2. Publiclir getting them both on Overpass, and Mousesports getting them both on Mirage. On each other's maps. Which, I don't know if that really means much, but that's it. That's the facts. And the next series coming up after this one, that's Hellraisers versus Gamers 2 in about 28 minutes. And I don't know, hard to throw it to Launders to analyze that, since he did have to evacuate for half of the game. But Nex did well for himself, finding, what, 30, 31 kills there in the end of the day?
Yeah, I guess ultimately Mousesports outclassed Publiclir when it looked like at the beginning of the first map, at least, that they had more of a chance to win. And I'm not sure. It seemed like as soon as the ops came out for Mousesports, there's just no chance for Publiclir to have any impact, and they couldn't figure out a way to deal with that. And that's something we're going to have to work on, because they gave up way too many opening picks throughout.
Yeah, especially on Overpass, it was rough. We saw the ops come out a little bit there, although more towards the rifles was Mousesports. On their terrace side, I guess that was pretty standard for both of those maps. But who was it? I think it was Nex that brought out the Scar 20, and he was that catwalk player when they were on CT side, and ended up taking the half score. By the way, was 13-2. If you didn't already figure that out on your own, so it was domination there. Publiclir with their scoped weapons, or Mousesports with their scoped weapons. But guys, that's enough for that series. And we're going to go probably, I can't even say a quick break, bit of a break before Hellraisers vs. Gamers 2. So make sure to go to CSGO Lounge, get your bets in. And we haven't kicked off the Vulcan yet for Europe, but you know, if it had happened, you know, make sure to head to Vulcan.com, get your fantasy picks in for North America, because we will have it for North America tonight. And of course, don't forget, if you sign up, make an account. Any money you put in, if you use the promo code CEVO, they will double, or rather, what's the terminology here? Match your deposit 100%. So if you put in 50, they'll put in 50, and they'll match it up to $1,000. So even if you're going to put in $5, make sure to use the promo code, because hey, 10's better than 5. And if you happen to be a baller and you dump in $1,000, that's insane. So best of luck to you guys. Promo code CEVO. Once again, Vulcan.com, new sponsor here for Season 7. And yeah, that's what you're watching. CEVO MLG Pro League Season 7. I'm Helium. That's Launders. Twitters are there, at Helium Umbrella, at CSBoxer. Make sure to give us a follow. And now I will shut up. And when we return, we'll have Hellraisers vs. Gamers 2. So stick around.